The true test of a person's character is what they do when no one is watching. The reason I use these quotes is simple. I want to live the best life I can. And these quotes are tools I use to help me. Doesn't it make sense to ask yourself, what kind of person must I be in order to live a satisfying life that I'm proud of? I mean, if I want to live a life that I can feel was well spent, then it makes sense to start acting like the person I want to be, right? Taking small steps in that direction, that's how change happens, one choice at a time. That's what character really is. Your character isn't a label, it's how you consistently show up, especially when no one's keeping score. And the type of person you are is made up of your habits, your actions, and most importantly, the choices you make all throughout the day. Sometimes those choices are easy, like deciding not to take coffee from the break room without paying, even if no one would know. That's an easy choice. It's not in my character to be dishonest. So it's easy for me to make choices that keep me on an honest path. But it's the smaller things we tend to overlook. Do I let the dishes pile up in the sink? Do I settle for good enough when I could do something outstanding? These are the parts of our character that are easier to let slide because they don't feel quite as important, but they still matter. And this brings me back to where we started. I have a vision of the person I want to be because I believe becoming that person will lead to the best life I can live. And that's when the quote starts doing its real work, as a reminder to act. It reminds me that character isn't fixed. It can grow, improve, and evolve. And all throughout the day, we have chances to choose the actions that the person we want to become would take. Or we can fall back into our old habits and remain the same person we currently are. Seeing this quote every day helps it stick in my mind. And when those moments of choice come up, it reminds me that I'm trying to build my character, and that means I have to be consistent and choose what lines up with the person I'm working to become. I've had plenty of moments where I'd normally just react, do nothing, brush it off, but now something clicks. I think of that quote. The true test of a person's character is what they do when no one is watching. And that one little line reminds me, if I want to become that kind of person, I have to make choices no one else may ever see. Like bending down to pick up a piece of trash outside my condo, not for praise, but because it's consistent with the character I'm building. I know things like picking up trash or not letting dishes pile up might seem insignificant, but they're part of a trait that shapes my character. So they matter. Because if you learn to handle the little things, you're more likely to take care of the big things too, the ones that really shape your life. These are the small traits I'm working on, because I've created a picture in my mind of the person I want to become. And I've realized that these everyday choices, even the seemingly insignificant ones, all shape who I am. So what about you? Are there little habits or patterns in your life that don't line up with the kind of person you want to be? Because no one else may notice the small things, but they still shape you, quietly, powerfully, every single day. Before you go, I want to leave you with something important. Watching a video like this can feel good. It can even make you believe change is possible. But the only thing that will ever truly change your life is action. These quotes can guide your thoughts, and your thoughts shape the actions you take. But if you just agree with this video and then move on to the next, it's like reading a billboard as you drive down the highway. You forget it the moment you pass by. So pause. Think about how this quote applies to your life. If you want help using these ideas in a real way, you've got a couple options. You can click over to my intro page, where I share tips on how to use these quotes effectively. Or you can check out the playlist of other videos like this one. Either way, just remember, every small change starts with a thought, then a choice, then an action.